A former presidential spokesperson remains in the Netherlands unable to fly and leave, arguing that his asylum request is pending, as Philippine authorities push for Interpol help to bring him home. On the Newsmaker, former presidential spokesperson Roque. Attorney Harry Roque, thank you so much for your time and for granting this interview. Attorney Harry, let me start first with, are you at the liberty to disclose where you are and ano po ang status niyo po ngayon?
Yes, I'm still at The Hague. I'm still living in the same apartment that I've stayed at for the past 4 months. And I think I have nowhere else to go now.
Nowhere else to go, but how do you describe your your current predicament? Nakakalabas ba kayo, sir? Pwede pa kayo maka-interact with other people, or are you at a confined area na muna?
No, I'm in my residence. I just came from the grocery after having breakfast outside and after visiting my dentist. No? Life goes on as usual. What the Netherlands decided is pursuant to what is known as yung sa Dublin Rules, dapat ang mag-process ng aking asylum ay ang Austria because Austria issued my visa. Now, of course, I disagreed with that finding kasi sabi ko, Austria was my port of first entry to Europe, but I cannot deny that it was Austria that issued me the visa. Tinatanggap ko naman yung ganyang desisyon kasi hindi naman ibig sabihin na nabasura na ang aking asylum. Ibig sabihin lang yan, sa Austria dapat i-process yan. No? Kaya lang, kung po pwede, mas ninanais ko talagang manatili sa The Hague kasi nandito si Tatay Digong at nangako naman ako na hindi ko iiwan si Tatay Digong dito. Pero kahapon, nung nasa eroplano na ako papunta sa Austria, iniisip ko, ipaparating ko na lang kay Tatay Digong, hindi ko naman siya iniwan kasi nasa Europe pa rin ako. No? At wala naman akong magagawa dahil yan ang proseso na dapat doon ko i-pursue yung aking asylum claim sa Austria. Pero dahil pinababa nga ako ng eroplano, dahil meron akong 2 medical certificate na ako ay unfit to fly, dahil sa 2 medical procedure that I underwent, nung isa, nung katapusan ng buwan Oktubre, at yung pangalawa, 2 araw pa lang nakakalipas, pinababa ako ng eroplano kasi syempre, hindi ako ililipad ng eroplano na meron akong 2 certificate of unfitness to fly, no, na issued by my attending physicians who perform both procedures on me.
But of course, sir, people would ask, if you have those kind of findings or parang unfitness to fly, why still board the plane? And then, syempre, ang isa pang pumapasok is, was it because your passport has been canceled na rin?
Unang-una, it's because the Dutch government also had 2 certificates that I was fit to fly. So sabi ko, o di sige, kung hindi nyo tatanggapin yung certificate ng mga doktor na talagang nag-opera sa akin, wala akong magagawa. So sumunod ako sa gusto nilang mangyari. Kasi laki naman ang utang na loob ko sa Netherlands. Mantakin mo, isang major surgery, isang day surgery, covered by universal healthcare. Wala akong binayad. No? So I really do not want to kumbaga, abuse the hospitality of my host. Kaya lang, wala na akong magagawa kasi it was the airline that said, kung ayaw mong lumipad dahil meron kang unfitness to fly, we will honor that. And ako naman, nung tinanong ako, even if we have the certificate of fit to fly issued by these physicians, what is your wish? Ang sabi ko, I cannot trust any other physician's opinion, especially if wala namang ginawa yung 2 doktor na nag-issue ng certificate of fitness kundi kunin ang blood pressure ko at saka yung oxygen ko. No? So sabi ko, of course, I go by what my physicians say. And since you're asking me, no, I do not want to take this flight because I believe in what my doctor said, that I should not fly. So yun naman ang nasunod.
And hindi pa po pumasok dito yung sa scenario, yung pag-cancela ng passport?
Wala kasing epekto yan eh. Kasi as an asylum seeker, you can even seek asylum even if you don't have a passport and you don't have a visa. No? So walang kinalaman yan sa pagkukuha ng asylum.
So even ang isa pa po kasing tanong ng iba, what is your current legal situation now in Europe? Are you still considered, sir, as an active asylum applicant in the Netherlands? Or yung process po talaga ay nag-shift na sa Austria? So at any given day, pwede na rin po kayong paalisin ng Netherlands? Ganun ba, sir?
I am an active asylum seeker in EU. Now, the fact that the Dublin Rule says that Austria should process it does not mean wala na akong protection because until I actually arrive in Austria, it is Netherlands that has a duty to protect me, no, as an asylum seeker.
You plan to file a motion for reconsideration but the DOJ says the cancellation is immediately executory. Ano po ang basis ngayon, sir, ng magiging appeal niyo?
Wala ngang kinalaman yung passport ko eh. Because even without a passport, you can seek asylum.
Mhm.
Ang problema na nga lang yan, hindi ako makakalabas ng Europe. And even if I want to go home, kinakailangan kumuha ko ng travel papers from the Philippine Embassy. No? Pero since wala naman akong plano umuwi ng Pilipinas, wala naman akong plano lumabas ng Europe, I'm okay to stay in Europe.
Okay. So with or without a passport?
Yes, that's very clear under asylum law. In fact, the right to non-refoulement means the right not to be extradited back to your home country and the right not to be prosecuted even if you entered without a passport, without a visa.
Attorney Harry, how would you respond to those saying na you are exploring itong mga asylum law ng ibang mga bansa just so you can evade justice sa Pilipinas?
In the first place, I'm not evading justice. Nakabinbin yung petition for review ko sa Office of the Secretary ng DOJ. Pag yan ay nadesisyonan na ibasura ng DOJ Secretary at maraming ganyan nga maging desisyon, maghahain naman ako ng petition sa Court of Appeals. No? So wala po akong tinatakbuhan.
Okay. Attorney Harry, may mga sinabi rin po ng DOJ that the Philippines has applied for Interpol red notice. If a red notice is issued while you are The Hague, are you prepared for the possibility of a provisional arrest or the asylum status would take precedence over that?
Unang-una, ang Interpol Red Notice po is not an international warrant of arrest. It is just a request for member states to apprehend and extradite. At dahil ako nga po ay isang asylum seeker, hindi po nila po pwedeng gawin yon until after determination of my entitlement to asylum.
Okay. And how confident are you that EU authorities won't act or, would decline to act on red notice given that it is not an arrest warrant, sir?
100%. Because EU understands what asylum law is all about. Kasi alam mo dito sa Europe, dito talaga naging napaka-importante ang asylum, lalong-lalo na doon sa karanasan ng mga Hudyo dito during World War II. At napakaraming nasalbang buhay dahil nga sa asylum at pati ang Pilipinas noong panahon ng pangalawang pandaigdigang digmaan ay tumanggap nga ng mga refugees or asylum seekers galing dito sa Europa.
Okay. Attorney Harry, I just want to go back to that flight incident, no? You attempted to board an international flight despite a medical certificate declaring you unfit to fly. So ang tanong din po dito is, why did you insist on traveling under those conditions? Siguro ang tingin din po ng iba is you are trying to leave before any enforcement action could be taken?
I did not insist on traveling. It was the Dutch government that wanted me to board the flight. They paid for everything.
Okay.
And as I said, I did not want to be an ungrateful guest. So I went by their wish. I packed my things. I had 7 pieces of luggage and I boarded the plane. No? But when the captain discovered my medical passport that I had these 2 certificates, they were compelled to ask if I wanted to take the flight. And I said, no, because my doctor said so.
Okay. The discussions between you and the Dutch government would be between the two parties. No, sir, medyo mahirap po magkaroon ng independent confirmation, but why should the public take your word for it?
Because I'm still here in the Netherlands.
O sir, kasi di ba, iba-ibang version yung lumalabas, iba-ibang balita yung lumalabas sa Pilipinas, na aresto ka na, pabalik ka na ng Pilipinas. So gusto lang nating malinaw, no, yung ano yung talagang nangyari based on your account.
Yun na nga po, sumakay ako dahil sabi nila, doon ipaprocess sa Austria yung aking asylum. No? Pero nang nalaman ng eroplano na meron akong certificate of unfit to fly, itinanong ako kung gusto kong ituloy yun at ang sabi ko, hindi. Kasi nga sabi ng doktor ko, dapat wag akong magbiyahe.
Alright. Attorney Harry, siguro po may ano na lang po ang message nyo ngayon sa publiko, no? Given itong mga developments sa mga kaso na isinampa din po sa inyo ng gobyerno, by this time talagang wala napubunak ba kayong balak umuwi sa Pilipinas na lang para harapin itong lahat?
Well, alam mo, gaya na sinabi ko, hinaharap ko po Hindi ibig sabihin na wala ako sa Pilipinas, hindi ko hinaharap. Meron po akong pending petition for review sa Office of the Secretary ng DOJ at matapos yan, kung yan ay hindi mababago yung pagsampa ng impormasyon, diretso po ako ng Court of Appeals. So wala po akong tinatakasan. Hinaharap ko po lahat yan. Lahat po yan ay aking karapatan. No? At ang aking panawagan lang ngayon ay maging kritikal ang mga tao sa impormasyon na nakukuha nila. Ang dami-dami pong fake news. Bakit yung po kinakailangan tanggapin ang aking bersyon kasi naririto po ako sa Netherlands at wala po ako sa Austria. Bagamat talagang sumakay po ako, nagkaroon po ako ng boarding pass, tinanggap ko na papunta na ako na Austria pero talagang minabuti ng Panginoon na manatili ako dito kay Tatay Digong sa Netherlands. So I ask the public for the prayers and support. At the same time, nagpapasalamat po ako dun sa mga nagpapakita ng suporta at pagmamahal. Kayo po talaga ang dahilan kung bakit meron pa rin akong lakas para labanan itong mga pagsubok sa aking buhay. Maraming salamat po.
Attorney Harry, how's your family dealing with everything?
As well as they could. Of course, this is a challenge to the entire family.
Okay. And hindi po kayo, dyan na lang sir, yung pag-stay nyo dyan sa The Hague, hindi kayo under supervision, monitoring ng mga Dutch authority?
Wala po. Walang ganon.
All right. Attorney Harry Roque, sir, thank you for your time and for granting this interview, sir. Ingat po kayo.
Thank you din. Maraming salamat po.